Every update in Valhalla comes with some secret changes that Ubisoft did not tell us about in their patch notes, and the most recent patch is no exception. We namely got brand new contracts. I was really surprised by this. One skill is faster now. We got some stat upgrades for weapons that I haven't touched on yet, and way more. Of course, if you enjoy the Valhalla content here on the channel, then leaving a like only costs 1 second of your time, and it would really help me out, so thanks for that. And of course, let's go. That was a pretty hard one. Either way, you find of course my current weekly Helix credit pack giveaway in the pinned comments. Be sure you are a subscriber if you want to participate, and good luck. Let's start with a visual fix as noted by BJJJP Films. I hope I pronounced that right. Emo Man 123 and also Rodrigo El Bravo. They noted in the comments under my recent update video about this fix. And then I'm of course talking about the Celtic hairstyle you can get at a merchant after you installed the Wrath of the Druids DLC. And first, and maybe you already saw this in our previous video or noticed it yourself, you would see the bun through the hoods of every cloak, making this hairstyle kind of unusable unless you want it to look real stupid. Well, a secret change right now is that you can indeed use the Celtic hairstyle and then the bun won't clip through all the cloaks, which is really great. Now fingers crossed for them fixing the floating mentor shoulder pad, which is still present right now in the game, so I really hope to take a look at that in the future. Another interesting secret change is for the Bowstun finisher skill. In the menu it still looks like how it was before the update. It's pretty slow, but if you do this skill right now, after of course hitting the weak point of an enemy, Eivor now moves way faster, especially that head roll is way faster after the update. It seems like double as fast as it was before. It only makes the combat a bit more fluid if you were focused a lot on the ranged playstyle, so I totally dig this change. And another addition I really like are the new daily contracts, and I want to thank everyone who reached out about them when they appeared, I think for the first time last week on Thursday. So September 9th, 2 days after the update went live, 2 new daily contracts appeared. They are similar, they have a different name though, but they can be in multiple locations. When I accepted the Make It Boom contract for the first time from Reda, I had to go to Gloucestershire. So the idea is that there are multiple cards with explosives that you have to destroy. Nothing special, but the fun twist in my opinion is that again, the locations are different each time, and the enemies protecting these cards can be kind of different too. Like, I got a Boar Master here, which you normally don't really see during these daily contracts. While the other time, I had the Men at War protecting these cards. And again, this is also in a different location. So, next to Make It Boom, you also have trade routes, as we see in footage here from Stu Little. I first thought that we might then see, like, roaming enemies, kind of like with the rebel missions, but it's still the cards. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not super exciting or anything, but it's still interesting that finally after 10 months they're making and adding new daily contracts. Long overdue, but better late than never. And I was extra surprised because Jose said that this was more something they were doing in the long term, so I totally expect more improvements to the daily contracts in the future. But yeah, that we already see 1 new contract is a nice change. Samuel reached out in the comments under my update video saying that the spot above our health now shows your current power-ups. And first we of course could already see the feast buff here by ringing the bell in the settlement. So that is still the case, but if you now also have an XP boost, you could get one for free through Twitch Prime that one time. I just paused it, so I still had it, and when I activate it right now, I indeed see it above my health. On one hand it's fine, so you don't have to go back to the inventory menu to see how long the XP boost still lasts. But on the other hand, I think it's better to just focus on stat changes and stat buffs here, instead of having the XP boost there all the time. Yeah, I can see both sides, but yeah, it's totally a secret change. There were issues, by the way, with the perks. For some people, it seemed to be only on Xbox, no perks would show up. Well, Ubisoft seems to have fixed that now, and as noted in my update video, they also made it easier to get supplies when you're stuck at settlement level 5, and want to upgrade it to the final settlement level. We could not really check what has changed because we already got our settlement at level 6, but now a lot of people are reporting that they were able to buy 10,000 supplies at a merchant. And we see footage here from Azeru So again, I wasn't able to highlight this, but still thought it was interesting how Ubisoft fixed it. It really seemed that it was like, a lot of people were asking about this, and they were like, okay, here, 10,000 supplies to last a lifetime, and they don't want to hear from you again. But yeah, it is hard to trigger this. You likely get it when you're like close to getting to rank 6. Like, after that, supplies will be useless anyways. There was also this line in the patch notes saying that Eivor kept an arrow in their hands after using some ranged abilities. I mean, this has been an issue in Origins, and I think in Odyssey even as well. That was never fixed. So I was surprised when they put it in the patch notes. Like, sure, I don't believe that you're gonna fix this. And, well, here we are. Still after the update, I got like multiple arrows in my hand, and it even shows during a cutscene. So it's still not resolved, sadly. And I also saw people reporting new issues, like Quentin here, who reached out via the input@joraptor.com email address, just like you can, with footage of him having a fully upgraded cargo for his River Raid ship, but only being able to carry 200 foreign supplies max. Well, if we go to the known issues page that Ubisoft updated on September 7th, we see that a fix for this issue is planned for the next update, and we see a lot of other issues that they're going to address in this next patch as well. Although it will be a while before we see this patch, because Ubisoft now confirmed that the Discovery Tour will be available on Tuesday, October 19th, so that's likely alongside this big next update. Going back to another change in the recent update, not really a secret one, but still interesting to note as you might have missed it, the stats for recently added weapon types like the sickles, one-handed swords and the scythes are namely significantly increased, because they now also benefit from the skills you unlock. So this like great sword skill node also benefits the one-handed sword. The scythes get upgraded from the spear skill node, and the sickle from the dagger skill node. And the increases are pretty wild. For the sickle, you see a 14 attack increase if I compare the same sickles before and after the update. And it's because there are only 2 dagger like skill nodes in the game right now. If you got all 3 greatsword skill nodes unlocked, then your swords jump by 21 attack now compared to the previous update. And there are 4 of these spear skill nodes. It once again shows you that Ubisoft really likes spears. No, but this means that the scythes now got 4 times the benefits that you see on this node. Increasing the attack by 28, and I think that means that the Scythe of Tribulation is now the weapon with the highest attack in the game, which is kinda wild. Like, I've been rocking it a lot during the River Raids, also now because the perk has of course been fixed with this recent update. And it's really up there in my opinion with some of the best weapons in the game. So yeah, swords, scythes and sickles are now even better than they were before the update if you unlock all of these special skill nodes. And yeah, we should get at least a free sickle at one point. Hopefully a free scythe as well. And we might see more weapon types in the future. And I will have a video about that up really soon. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to miss nothing. Of course, a like on the video would really help me out. And you can watch my previous video about the recently added River Raid weapons. I really go in depth on them. Totally watch that video if you haven't already by clicking on the screen. For now, I will speak to you next time and goodbye.